My name is Mackenzie, and I did my final paper on eating disorders. I chose this topic because as an adolescent, I too struggled with an eating disorder. And now, as an adult in recovery, my major is in psychology so that I can give back to the community that I was once a part of when I needed help the most. So I would like to help adolescents like I was to show them that recovery is possible. So, an eating disorder, it's a disease of the mind. It's not a choice. In my opinion, it is an addiction similar to any other substance abuse disorder because the person with the eating disorder uses harmful eating habits, so like drug use, to cope with past trauma, everyday life, chaotic situations. People with eating disorders oftentimes go to extremes to protect and maintain their eating disorder. Their eating disorder becomes their best friend. They rely on it. It is their everyday coping skill. They feel like they can't live without it. Like it becomes an addiction. It's an obsession. So eating disorders, if left untreated, they take full control of your life, your thoughts, your values, your behaviors. They are so very dangerous. And one of the most dangerous parts is that they're stigmatized like so wildly. So, for example, something like anorexia nervosa, a lot of people like assume that that has to look like severe malnourishment. And this is dangerous for people who suffer because they might not feel valid in their struggles if they don't look like the anorexic patient in the movie. So a lot of times people with eating disorders avoid getting help because they convince themselves that their eating disorder isn't that bad because it isn't like the movie. So they're searching for validation, and the eating disorder voices are saying, like, you're not valid, you're not that bad, it's not like you don't need help. So, eating disorders in reality come in all shapes and sizes. It is virtually impossible to identify an eating disorder based on looks alone. According to the DSM-5, eating disorder symptoms look like severe fluctuations in weight, obsessive compulsive like behaviors, calorie counting, fasting, purging, excessive exercise. Now, like I said, eating disorders look different for everyone. So while I believe the DSM-5 can provide some insight on what to look out for, it is in no way an outline for what an eating disorder is or what it should be. There's no definite set in stone cause of an eating disorder, so there's nothing that like happens and then it's like, all right, well, you have an eating disorder now, like congrats, you know. Um, it's contributing factors. So it's the environment that you grow up in. It's what we see in social media. It's the way society holds health so highly. You know, being healthy is being having the ideal body. So any type of being overweight, such as being overweight on that darn BMI chart, I can talk to you about that too, which I disagree with. Ignore that chart, it's not cool. Um, but then, that contributes too. Like you're being told like your body is not ideal because you're overweight. Well, what is overweight? Because back in the day, being overweight was beautiful, but now it's considered as not beautiful. Okay, so social media, modern diet culture, they play a huge part in the development of an eating disorder. And then when it comes to treatment, family involvement is crucial. It's really important that the people you're surrounded with at home understand what to look out for because being held accountable for your disordered eating is huge. With treatment, there's oftentimes intensive therapy such as inpatient, outpatient, continued therapy. Um, the first thing is to get you at a stabilized weight, but then it's to, you know, treat everything else. CBT is most often used by mental health professionals with eating disorders because it focuses on treating the contributing factors. So, like the mental aspect. You can't just remove a person from the eating disorder or vice versa. Like, that doesn't work. You have to treat everything that was the cause for this. So the trauma, the unresolved trauma, the bullying that you went through, your family history, like there's so much that goes into it. That has to be treated first. You can't just stop a person from engaging in eating habits because relapse is so prevalent, just like other substance abuse. addictions. I am out of time, so I'm gonna end here. I thank you for watching, and thank you if you read my paper. I appreciate it, and have a good day.